Imagine a staircase that never ends, no windows, no doors, and a darkness so thick it swallows your flashlight whole. Somewhere deep below, a child is crying for help. But the further you descend, the further away the voice seems to get, and you aren't alone on those stairs.
Item number SCP-087. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-087 is located on the campus of a prominent university. The doorway leading to the anomaly is constructed of reinforced steel with an electromechanical locking mechanism. It has been disguised to resemble a janitorial storage closet. The plating of the door is 6 centimeters thick. Unless an active exploration is underway, the door remains locked at all times. No personnel are permitted access without the direct approval of at least one Level 4 researcher.
Description: SCP-087 is an unlit platform staircase. Each flight of stairs descends at a 38-degree angle for 13 steps before reaching a semicircular platform approximately 3 meters in diameter. Each descent rotates the staircase 180 degrees. The construction is composed of reinforced concrete, though there is no evidence of an architect or a construction permit for such a structure within the university's history.
The most notable physical property of SCP-087 is its light absorption. Any light source brought into the stairwell, regardless of its intensity, is unable to illuminate further than approximately 9 steps. This effect is not due to a lack of visibility or atmospheric fog, but a physical property of the space itself that appears to actively negate photons.
Subjects descending the staircase consistently report the sound of a distressed child, estimated to be between the ages of 6 and 10. The vocalization consists of sobbing and pleas for help, such as, "Please, help me," and "down here." Based on acoustic analysis, the source of the sound is estimated to be approximately 200 meters below the initial entry point. However, regardless of how far a subject descends, the distance to the sound remains unchanged. It never gets louder, and it never gets closer.
Exploration logs have confirmed the presence of an entity designated as SCP-087-1. This entity appears as a face with no visible pupils, nostrils, or mouth. The nature of this entity remains unknown, though its presence is universally associated with a feeling of intense dread and paranoia in human subjects.
The following is a summary of the recorded explorations into the depths of SCP-087. Document 087-1, Exploration 1. The subject was D-8432, a 43-year-old male of average build. He was equipped with a 75-watt floodlight, a handheld video camera, and an audio headset for communication with control.
Upon entering the stairwell, D-8432 immediately noted the sound of the crying child. He began his descent. By the time he reached the 30th flight of stairs, he reported that the stairs and the walls felt colder, though thermal sensors showed no change in temperature. He continued for nearly an hour, reaching flight number 125.
At this point, the subject stopped. He reported that the sobbing had changed pitch, sounding more desperate. He estimated the child was still 200 meters below him. Control ordered him to continue. After another 20 flights, D-8432 reported a visual anomaly on the platform below him. He aimed his light downward. The video feed showed SCP-087-1 for the first time. It was a pale, humanoid face, staring directly up at him.
It possessed no hair and no facial features other than large, sunken eyes with no pupils. The subject immediately panicked and began to retreat. Despite the entity not moving or making a sound, the subject's heart rate spiked to 150 beats per minute. He ascended the stairs at a full sprint and exited the containment area without further incident.
Document 0872, Exploration 2. D-9035 was a 28-year-old female.
She was provided with a heavy-duty battery pack for her light source and a tethered communication line to prevent signal loss. As she descended, the crying continued as expected. D9035 was more resilient than the previous subject, reaching flight 150 before showing signs of distress. On flight 186, the subject noted a distinct change in the environment. The walls of the stairwell, previously smooth concrete, showed signs of what appeared to be claw marks or deep scratches.
Upon reaching Flight 210, the subject stopped. She described a sensation of being watched from behind. She turned her camera around, but the darkness was absolute. She then looked down the center of the stairwell. She reported seeing the face of SCP-087-1 again, but this time it wasn't on the platform below. It was positioned on the wall of the stairwell, mere inches from her feet, staring straight up at her.
The subject shrieked and attempted to kick the entity. Her foot passed through the space where the face was, meeting no resistance, as if the entity was a holographic projection or a trick of the light. However, the visual feed confirmed the entity was still there, unblinking. D9035 fled upward. During her ascent, she reported hearing the sound of breathing directly behind her ear. She did not stop until she reached the steel door.
Document 0873, Exploration 3. The final authorized exploration was conducted by D9884, a male with a history of high-stress endurance. He was equipped with 3 high-intensity LED lamps and enough supplies for a 24-hour descent. D9884 descended rapidly. He ignored the crying child, which remained at its constant distance. He bypassed the milestones reached by previous subjects, descending for over 3 hours. By his estimate, he had reached flight number 450.
At this depth, the subject reported a smell. He described it as old copper and dust. He also noted that the sound of the child had stopped for a brief moment, replaced by a low, rhythmic thumping, like a heartbeat. The thumping was coming from below. Against the advice of Control, D9884 increased his pace, determined to find the source. He reached Flight 600. The video feed at this depth began to suffer from severe distortion. Static flickered across the screen. The subject stopped. He reported that the stairs were no longer made of concrete. They felt soft, like carpet or skin.
He lowered his light. The face of SCP-087-1 was there, but it wasn't just a face this time. A pale, elongated hand was visible, gripping the edge of the platform below. The fingers were roughly 30 centimeters long. The entity began to move. It didn't climb the stairs. It simply slid up the wall toward the subject. D9884 turned to run, but as he reached the landing above, another face was there, and another on the landing above that. He was surrounded.
The subject's last transmission was a series of screams, followed by the sound of the camera hitting the ground. The audio feed recorded a heavy dragging sound, followed by the crying of the child. Only this time, the crying sounded exactly like the voice of D9884.
Following Exploration 3, all further entry into SCP-087 has been prohibited. The site is now designated as a high security zone. The crying continues to this day, audible even through the 6-centimeter steel door, reminding us that some depths are never meant to be explored. Subscribe for more classified files and anomalies.